Hey guys, Mars Thinking here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And so I know this news was announced quite a bit earlier today, but we're going to cover it here. I was at work when it dropped, and I want to give my thoughts on this, plus how we can use this information to prepare ready for the release on Global, even though that's obviously going to be quite some time away. So we finally have the details for the EZA for INT GOGETA, and yeah, he seems very, very good. So the leader skill, we knew what that was going to be anyway. Soul Punisher Extreme, he now raises defense for 1 turn while still doing immense damage and lowering attack and defense. Obviously this is really, really good because Gogeta was always, you know, super effective against all types, so you wanted to build him with additionals. So it's good that this isn't one of those EZAs where you have to kind of rethink his hidden potential system, because the best build for him is still going to be full additional, because if you can get that second super attack, you get to raise your defense again, even though it only is in that 1 turn. It means if you can get multiple supers, even on modes like Super Battle Road, he's then not going to take a ton of damage after attacking, which is really, really good. So they gave him defense, so he now has attack and defense 120%, attacks effective against all types, and then they've added some interesting mechanics with rainbow orbs. So medium chance of evading enemies' attacks with 1 or more key sphere obtained, an additional 40% attack with 2 rainbow key spheres obtained, and then a high chance of performing a crit with 3 or more key spheres obtained, and that's 50%. So again, if you've gone full additional on him, you have the possibility to get 3 super attacks in 1 turn, as long as you can pick up 3 rainbow orbs. And on some of the teams he's on, like both Fusion and Super Int, if we're talking about Extreme Super Battle Road, you have units like the Gotenks and Ghost, who is an orb changer, and is very good on that team anyway. So, and he creates rainbow orbs. So that's going to be really, really good. He's going to be able to dish out some crazy damage. Gogeta's always had great links. I mean, when this one first came out in the 120 lead meta, he was easily one of the best when he released. And so I think since his biggest competition out of the ones that have gotten it so far is probably Super 17, when we compare this one to him, he definitely doesn't measure up in terms of defense, but in terms of offense, he's going to way outperform Super 17 in his best setups. So you could say he's the best 120 lead EZA now. I think you could probably still argue that it's Super 17 if you're focusing mainly on defense, but obviously we need to see once we get this guy into an event, because I feel like those turns where you can get that triple super attack, he's going to tank incredibly well. So he's really, really good. He's been on some recent banners, so hopefully if you did pull extra copies of him, we already knew that the 120 EZAs were coming down the pipeline, so you should keep all the extra copies of them and see if you can get up to having a free second copy at Super Attack 5, because then it means you can use all the Kais from the EZA towards a different unit of your choice. So I think with all the summons I did on the anniversary, I'm pretty sure I have a Super Attack 5 in Gogeta set spare already. But that advice is definitely useful for global players when it comes to these 2 units. So we have the 2 blue Gokus getting an EZA as well, and remember they are in the general SSR pool. So any multis you do on any banners outside of things like obviously the Heroes banner where all the SSRs are the Heroes cards, any banner where you can pull normal SSRs, you could pull extra copies of these guys. So even if you have them rainbow, from now until we get that EZA, you can pick up any extra copies. And then Blue Goku does have a farmable super attack as well from the Broly event. So say from now until these guys get their EZA, you pull like 3 extra copies of the blue one and 2 extra copies of the TEQ one. You can then farm the rest of that super attack up to 5. And then once these guys EZA, boom, super attack 15 straight away. Especially because these guys, you have to redo Kaioken Goku's one, so you won't get any rewards. So you won't get Kais. And you can't train the farmable Gokus into the EZA one when he's at 10 out of 15. You have to have that 1 copy extra to then get his super attack up to 5 to feed in. So bear that in mind. But post EZA, this blue Goku becomes incredibly good. Raises attack and defense for 1 turn. So just like Gogeta, it's only for that 1 turn. But if you can get additionals, that will stack as many times as you super attack in that 1 turn. He now has attack and defense 100% when performing a super attack. Attack and defense, of course, it's 59%. Shout out 59 Gaming. All allies' chance of performing a crit plus 7% and attack 20% when there are only Realm of Gods categories allies attacking in the same turn. So yeah, clearly he's very built to be on a Realm of Gods team. He'll still be decent without it, but he gets so much of that extra stuff like from that one particular restriction that I feel like that's probably going to be the main team that you're running him on. Obviously, you can fit him onto other categories where you can also bring a bunch of Realm of Gods units, but they have to all be in the category on that same turn. So if you have a turn where a support unit floats in who isn't in Realm of Gods, then obviously he's not going to get all of those buffs. He is a little bit weak in the links section compared to other blue Gokus, because I've seen people already saying that this guy completely replaces the EZA blue Kaioken one. And I think there's a couple of teams where maybe he doesn't, just because his link set isn't the best. Like, I think his best link partner is one of the blue Vegetas that also has like Resurrection of F and Super God Combat. And that rotation of those two together, depending on the Vegeta you use, is not necessarily going to be the most powerful rotation you could run on a Realm of Gods team. So I do still think there are instances where you would use the blue Kaioken one. But he seems really, really good. Be interesting to see him actually in game. And then we have the TEQ one. We already knew what his leader skill was going to be, because the AGL Golden Freezer was the first of those nuclear units from that set that got an EZA. So we knew this was going to go up to 35%. This, coupled with Broly Super Saiyan 3's EZA, will make it a bit easier for some people to score higher in the punching bag events. So that's really good. He also raises attack and defense for 1 turn. He changes Rainbow Orbs to TEQ. So again, I don't think he did that before. No. So, oh no, he did. He did do that before. So that helps out for the punching bag event as well, because you can bring him or the Super Saiyan Vegeta as the friend leader, but the Super Saiyan Vegeta is not an orb changer, so this guy can definitely be useful. And then his passive, okay, so his is the same as the Blue Goku's one, except this is for when there are only TEQ type allies attacking in the same turn. So that's interesting, because this makes this guy quite an interesting option for Extreme Super Battle Road, because obviously on any other category, depending on how you build the team, you're not necessarily going to have all the units being TEQ. And like I said with the previous one, as soon as a support unit or something floats in on the 3rd slot that doesn't fit that restriction, he loses all those bonuses. And really you want to be using him where you're going to be able to get his full passive to activate every single turn. So again, this guy's going to be really, really interesting to take into Extreme Super Battle Road and see how well he does there. As well as the, I think the increased lead for TEQ. I think Super Saiyan 3 Broly is now one of the few units, I think there's only like 3 or 4 in the game that can actually get the full score on the punching bag event without items. So having this guy who is now going to be giving that extra little bit of percentage per key sphere, that's going to really add up when you get those like perfect turns and you can pick up like 17 TEQ orbs or whatever. So that's going to add a huge amount of damage onto that big nuke attack. So I think that's good. Unfortunately, again, links wise, he suffers from the same kind of problems as the blue Goku, but the TEQ Nuka Vegeta is actually a really strong TEQ unit. So the rotation of those two together on Super Battle Road will actually be really good. And then of course you have units like Supreme Kai of Time, who is TEQ. So even if you did make like a Realm of Gods team with some mixed typings, when she floats into that 3rd slot and this guy gets his full passive and the support from Supreme Kai of Time, he's going to be really good. And then that Nuka Vegeta is really strong anyway, so that will actually be a really solid rotation. So there you go, the 2 blue Gokus finally getting their EZAs. They both become pretty solid units. I'm very much looking forward to seeing what they do in the game. And then of course Gogeta, very, very good. He didn't get the Super Saiyan 3 Broly treatment, so that is a huge relief. So let me know what you think down below. Is he the best EZA 120 lead? Do you still give it to Super 17? I feel like it's close, but you could definitely make a case for Gogeta, and we'll know for sure once we start seeing him in the game. So very glad he got defense. He's going to be the king yet again. Gogeta units always come out and like become one of the best units in the meta, so it's going to be really cool to see him in an event and see what he actually does. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of these units down below. So that's going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new, check out the link to my Discord in the description. Feel free to join in the fun over there, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.